Alright, so how's it going, guys? So I wanted to do a video on how to get started in D&D. You know, I know I did a video on the unboxing for the starter set and a little bit of information of what D&D is, but this is actually going to be a video on how to actually get started. And to begin, I wanted to say how I got started. Basically, what I did was went on YouTube and looked up videos on what D&D is. Did not like them. They were not helpful at all, I think, at least for me. So what I did was I went on Amazon and I took the plunge. I bought this thing, the starter set, and while I was reading this, I was watching videos on YouTube, official videos, for example, videos by Perkins. There's a video on D&D Next, which he hosts, and I think it's really good. I thought it was funny. He also does a video with the guys from Raw Chicken. Sadly, Seth Green isn't there, but it's still pretty funny. So that's what I did. I bought this and then watched videos. If you don't have a clue of what D&D is, or what the feel is, or you know what to expect, I recommend you watch their videos first and then buy this. Because you might actually not like it, and you know you don't want to waste money. But I bought this and then watched the videos. So you know, if you want to get started, I really recommend you do that. Watch the videos first and then buy this. Unfortunately, or fortunately, whichever way you look at it, I bought this and then, you know, watched the videos. So that's how I kind of got introduced, you know, by this thing. So once you have that down, you know, you watch the videos, you know, you find that it's cool, and you find that you like it, you know, it's something that you want to continue to follow. Then you have to ask yourself a really big question. Where am I going? Am I going to go 3rd edition, 3.5 edition, 4th edition, Essentials, or D&D Next, which has not come out yet at the recording of this video? That is a really big question, though. Which direction am I going? Because each direction you go is going to cost you money. For example, for me, I thought when I bought the starter set, I thought I was going to go D&D Essentials, the Essentials line. That's what I thought I was going to do. And it took me a couple of weeks to figure out where am I going. The first week I was like, alright, yeah, I'm going to go Essentials. The next week I was like, I don't know. Should I wait for D&D Next? The week after that, I was like, I think I'm going to go 3.5 edition. And that's what I went with. I went with 3.5 edition, and I just want to say that there are tons and tons of books in each edition. And I just want you to know that these books right here, the Player's Handbook, the Monster Manual, and the Dungeon Master's Guide are the absolute essential books. You do not need any other book. These 3 books are the only books that you need in order to play. The other books are simply supplements. That's all they are. They're supplements. Think of them as a DLC. You know, for example, you're playing Borderlands, right? And you know, you're going along. Let's say you're playing Borderlands, and next thing you know, you get really bored of some of the missions and you want to try something new, so you buy a DLC. Let's say you buy Scarlet, so you're playing, you know, new atmosphere, new weapons, new this, new that. That's basically what the supplements are. They're new places, they're new just things that will enhance a story, you know. But you know, if you have one of these, a brain, you really don't need them. You know, if you're super creative, you really don't need them. So yes, these are the 3 books that you need. Once again, the Player's Handbook, the Dungeon Master's Guide, and the Monster Manual. That's all you need. What I recommend you do is don't go on Amazon. They are really expensive on there. For example, when I told myself I'm going to go to the Essentials line, I looked at the prices and I was like, this is decent, you know, these prices are, you know, they're meant for starters. And I was going to go that line, and then I was like, I don't have the money yet, so I'm going to wait. I waited. The Dungeon Master's Kit, I saw it for $40. With everything is going to be $48.94 or something like that. Went back a week later, $120. I'm not gonna pay $120 for a box. You know, I'm not gonna pay that much. So I started talking myself out of it, and eventually I went on eBay, and I was looking for lots. That's where I found these 3 books, and these 3 books actually came with this too, Underdark. I'm sorry, Forgotten Realms, which is a supplement. It's right here. It even says a campaign accessory. You know, it's not essential. It just, see, look right here. It says it has 60 cities, 16 character races, 25 new features. So these are just new things that get introduced into the game, but they are not essential for you to play the game. And actually, if you find a lot with just the 3 core books, you know, I recommend you get that, because if you get this, you know, you'll probably start getting the itch to buy even more without really needing them, you know, without even having read any of these, you know. So just these 3 books. These are all supplements. So what do we have so far to get introduced, to start playing? So watch videos, buy the starter set, very cheap way to introduce yourself. It's like $15, $20. You can find them at Amazon, Walmart, wherever, really. Once you've introduced yourself, you find yourself that you liked it, you want to continue, ask yourself, where am I going? 3, 3.5, 4th, Essentials next. Once you've decided whichever line you're going to, only stick to the 3 core books: the Player's Handbook, the Dungeon Master's Guide, and the Monster Vault. That's all you need to play. That's all you need. And yes, you do have to read. There really is no shortcut to playing. You have to read. 4th thing, just know that all the other books besides the ones I just mentioned are all supplements. They are not needed. They are accessories. They just enhance the experience. Think of it as DLC. That's basically what I did. That's how I got introduced. I found that it worked. Like I said, I went on videos on YouTube on what is DnD, how to get started. It's just overwhelming, I think. Hopefully I didn't overwhelm anyone. I don't think I did. Once again, I'll go through it real quick. Starter kit or videos. Starter kit. Which direction are you going? Once you've decided, get only the 3 core books. Understand that only that the books other than the core books are supplements, accessories. That's all you really need to know. And read. There really is no shortcut to knowing how to play D&D. Read or watch the videos. You know, watch the videos and read. That helps a ton. So thank you for watching. I hope it was informative for you. If you have any questions, leave them at the bottom of the video. I will be happy to answer anything you have. Once again, thank you for watching.